My mom asked who you were, and I said we had a class together. You were probably just calling with a homework question. And she said that's exactly what you had told her. I couldn't believe it. Justin, you lied to my mom. So why did that make me so happy? Because our lies matched. It was a sign. My mom asked what class we had, and I said math, which wasn't a total lie. We both had math, just not together, and not the same type. Good, Mom said. That's what he told me. I accused her of not trusting her own daughter, grabbed the slip of paper with her number from her hand, and ran upstairs. When you answered the phone, I said, Justin, it's Hannah. My mom said you called with a math problem. You were confused, but eventually you remembered lying to my mom, and, like a good boy, you apologized. So, Justin, what's the math problem? I asked. You weren't getting off that easy. And you didn't miss a beat. You told me Train A was leaving your house at 3:45 p.m. Train B was leaving my house 10 minutes later. You couldn't see this, Justin, but I actually raised my hand like I was in school, rather than sitting on the edge of my bed. Pick me, Mr. Foley. Pick me, I said. I know the answer. When you called my name, yes, Miss Baker? I threw Mom's hard-to-get rule right out the window. I told you the two trains meet at Eisenhower Park at the bottom of the rocket slide. A long pause at your end of the line, Justin, and I mean a long pause. So, when do the two trains meet? You asked. 15 minutes, I said. You said 15 minutes seemed awfully slow for two trains going full speed. I know what you're all thinking. Hannah Baker is a slut. Oops, did you catch that? I said Hannah Baker is. Can't say that anymore. Wrong. Hannah Baker is not, and never was, a slut, which begs the question, what have you heard? I simply wanted a kiss. I was a freshman girl who had never been kissed. Never. But I liked a boy. He liked me, and I was going to kiss him. That's the story. The whole story. Right there. In the few nights leading up to our meeting in the park, I'd have the same dream. Exactly the same. From beginning to end. And for your listening pleasure, here it is. But first, a little background. My old town had a park similar to Eisenhower Park in one way. They both had that rocket ship. I'm sure it was made by the same company because it looked identical. A red nose points toward the sky. Metal bars run from the nose all the way down to the green fins holding the ship off the ground. Between the nose and the fins are 3 platforms, connected by 3 ladders. On the top level is a steering wheel. On mid-level is a slide that leads down to the playground. On many nights leading up to my first day of school here, I'd climb to the top of that rocket and let my head fall back against the steering wheel. The night breeze blowing through the bars calmed me. I just close my eyes and think of home. I think that's the reason, in my dreams, my first kiss took place at the rocket ship. It reminded me of innocence, and I wanted my first kiss to be just that, innocent. So back to my dreams, which started the day you began waiting outside my classroom door, the day I knew you liked me. And the dream starts with me at the top of the rocket, holding onto the steering wheel. It's still a playground rocket, not a real one, but every time I turn the wheel to the left, the trees in the park lift up their roots and sidestep it to the left. When I turn the wheel to the right, they sidestep it to the right. Then I hear your voice calling up from the ground, Hannah, Hannah, stop playing with the trees and come see me. So I leave the steering wheel and climb through the hole in the top platform. But when I reach the next platform, my feet have grown so huge they won't fit through the next hole. I poke my head through the bars and shout, my feet are too big, do you still want me to come down? I love big feet, you shout back. Come down the slide and see me, I'll catch you. So I sit on the slide and push off. But the wind resistance on my feet makes me go slow. In the time it takes me to reach the bottom of the slide, I notice that your feet are extremely small, almost non-existent. You walk to the end of the slide with your arms out, ready to catch me. And wouldn't you know it, when I jump off, my huge feet don't step on your little feet. See, we were made for each other, you say. Then you lean in to kiss me, your lips getting closer and closer, and I wake up. Every night for a week, I woke up in the exact same about-to-be-kissed spot. But now, Justin, I would finally be meeting you. At the park, at the bottom of that slide. And damn it, you are going to kiss the hell out of me whether you liked it or not. I had told you to meet me there in 15 minutes. Of course, I only said that to make sure I got there before you. By the time you walked up to the park, I wanted to be inside that rocket and all the way up, just like my dreams. And that's how it happened, minus the dancing trees and funky feet. From my viewpoint at the top of the rocket, I saw you come in at the far end of the park. You checked your watch every few steps and walked over to the slide, looking all around but never up. So I spun the steering wheel as hard as I could to make it rattle. You took a step back, looked up, and called my name. But don't worry, even though I wanted to live out my dream, I didn't expect you to know every single line and tell me to stop playing with the trees and come down. Be right down, I said, but you told me to stop. You'd climb up to where I was. So I shouted back, no, let me take the slide. Then you repeated those magical, dream-like words, I'll catch you. I couldn't help smiling as I climbed down the top ladder. I sat myself on the slide, my heart racing. This was it. All my friends back home had their first kisses in middle school. Mine was waiting for me at the bottom of the slide, exactly as I wanted it. All I had to do was push off. And I did. I know it didn't really happen like this, but when I look back, it all happens in slow motion. The push, the slide, my hair flying behind me, you raising your arms to catch me raising mine so you could. So when did you decide to kiss me, Justin? Was it during your walk to the park? Or did it simply happen when I slid into your arms? Okay, who out there wants to know my very first thought during my very first kiss? Here it is. Somebody's been eating chili dogs. I'm sorry, it wasn't that bad, but it was the first thing I thought. I was so anxious about what kind of kiss it would be, because my friends back home described so many types, and it turned out to be the beautiful kind. You didn't shove your tongue down my throat. You didn't grab my butt. We just held our lips together and kissed. And that's it. Wait, stop, don't rewind. There's no need to go back because you didn't miss a thing. Let me repeat myself. That is all that happened. Why? Did you hear something else? Well, you're right. Something did happen. Justin grabbed my hand. We walked over to the swings and we swung. Then he kissed me again the very same way. Then, Hannah, what happened then? Then we left. He went one way, I went the other. Oh, so sorry. You wanted something sexier, didn't you? You wanted to hear how my itchy little fingers started playing with his zipper. You wanted to hear. Well, what did you want to hear? Because I've heard so many stories that I don't know which one is the most popular. But I do know which is the least popular. The truth. Now, the truth is the one you won't forget. So thank you, Justin. Sincerely. My first kiss was wonderful. And for the month or so that we lasted, and everywhere that we went, the kisses were wonderful. You were wonderful. But then you started bragging. A week went by and I heard nothing. But eventually, as they always will, the rumors reached me. And everyone knows you can't disprove a rumor. I know what you're thinking. As I was telling this story, I was thinking the same thing myself. A kiss? A rumor based on a kiss made you do this to yourself? No. A rumor based on a kiss ruined a memory that I hoped would be special. A rumor based on a kiss started a reputation that other people believed in and reacted to. And sometimes, a rumor based on a kiss has a snowball effect. A rumor based on a kiss is just the beginning. Turn the tape over for more. And Justin, honey, stick around. You're not going to believe where your name pops up next.